Hey everyone, and welcome to Big with BR. Today, I want to show up this supersized porch swing. It's super easy to build. I'll show you the tools and fasteners I've used to put it together. If you've been thinking about a swing, why not consider building one just like this? Now, right off the bat, I do recommend protecting your ears and your eyes when working with power tools. Earmuffs and safety glasses are just a cheap insurance against accidents. The tools here can get loud, sharp edges can easily hit your face. It's just better to be safe than sorry. For this supersized porch swing, I did use an impact driver, which works great at driving in screws. It has a collar and the bits slip in really easy and really fast. The next tool I use is a jigsaw. This can be any brand. This just happens to be what I have around, and I'm not sponsored. This tool makes cutting curves super easy. You can see the curves I cut on the ends of the foot legs for aesthetics. These are 2x6 treated bores, and they have held up great, very stable. They're nailed to 6x6 posts with angle supports, which are also 6x6. Maybe overkill, but why not? These posts have held up well and they hold everything together. The next tool I have and used is a standard circular saw. I prefer cordless. You can never have too many tools, especially tape measures. Keep an extra and also have a good hammer. Get one that just feels good in the hand. So now for the fasteners, I used 4 joist hangers to hold the roof. And these joist nails are the connectors you see here. I painted them in red to blend in. In my opinion, just 4 of them is all that's really needed. There isn't much of a load, but the joist hangers are plenty strong. I wouldn't walk or hang on the roof, but it's held up great for the past couple years. I oversized the roof to keep it low and to give great shade. Here's another view of the roof before it's put together. Now, what you have next are going to actually be structural screws. These screws can hold a lot of weight. They are not like your regular screws, and they go in really nicely. They're never splitting the wood. I use them in a few places, mainly because I've had leftovers from another project. Even so, I wouldn't use just any screw. Take your time, making sure you get the right fastener for the job. Here I've notched the center beam post, but I've used these screws as extra insurance. You can see the center beam along with the screws in a few spots. The heads are painted red, making them hard to see. It doesn't take much. Honestly, I think I used them mostly because they're fun to drive with the impact driver. It's like hitting the gas in the car. So coming up here is going to be another view of the roof before it was done, so you can get a better image of those structural screws and where I've used them. Now, these screws don't slip either. They use a unique bit and come with that in the box, letting you drive them really fast. They can be rather long, so this saves a lot of time. I actually prefer using a bit holder, and placing that into my driver is easy. You just use the collar to lock it in. My tools are all cordless, so I can move from tool to tool really quickly, and it's just super easy to use. Now, like I mentioned before, I've used a jigsaw just for the kerf cuts on the legs. This saw has a nice dialer that lets you speed up the cut by its motion, but the cut can get rough. Yours may have a different setting. So here is a view of some of the cuts I made with this jigsaw. Now, back to the circular saw. So this one is a little small. I've since bought a bigger one, but both will work. But bigger is definitely better in my opinion. I've used it for various cuts, including notching the post. For some of the real deep cuts, I've actually had to use a handsaw. I didn't have a proper saw at the time. I just used this pruning saw, but it actually worked really well. I was able to get through the wood. So use what you have wherever you have it. Now the last tool's nice, but this is not a must-have. It's a wood chisel set. These help you clean up cuts or notches in the wood. Afterwards, you can bring two pieces together with a very small gap. I would recommend picking up a set, especially if you plan on notching wood often. Just makes cleaning up the general area really easy and easier to use. Just tap the end with a hammer or your hand. They're easy to use, very durable. They have all kinds of uses, but I mainly use them to clean up the rough cuts on the wood. Overall, I hope this video was helpful. A freestanding porch swing is great, especially if you don't have a big porch and then maybe you have space in your yard. This supersized swing is easy to build. You can do it over the weekend, especially if you have the material all ready to go and you have your tools ready. If not, you can make it a longer project. But again, I hope to make a video soon on the swing itself. But please give a thumbs up and subscribe and be on the lookout for my next video. Thanks for watching.